How you feeling?
With my hands.
What do you mean with your hand? What are you, blind?
No, I feel with my hands.
Oh, yeah, that is true. You do feel
That's how I feel.
I always assumed that when you said that, you were always talking about violence. And I'm sure that that's like some kind of a
it's
underlying tone there.
No, I'm just being sarcastic.
All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the After Prison Show Podcast, I guess is what this is turning into.
That's what it is, a podcast.
Got Tom sitting on the toilet. I've read comments. Joe, get that man a chair. I do have a chair. I'm just waiting for my wife to get her chair, and then we'll have a chair in
And then
here.
I'll have a chair. I won't be King Crapper anymore. It's my rap name. I told you that, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's my rap name.
Hey, spit something for us, Tom. All right. So real quick, before we get into this, I think to myself, we want to put Matt in here with us. Can you imagine having three people sitting?
I think it'd be hilarious.
It's not going to work. We need another toilet.
Wait, we needed a toilet. One right here in the middle.
It's not going to work trying to have three people up in here, but whatever. For the time being, it's working with the two of us up in here. It looks good. It sounds good.
It is good.
It is good. I like that. All right. Hey, let's go ahead and get into this thing and figure out where we're going with this. I got a bunch of things to talk about with you today.
Right.
And hopefully this is going to be a video that you guys enjoy. If it is, please consider subscribing if you're not already. Consider hitting the bell notifications and all of that hoopla that needs to be.
The tube hoopla?
I don't know where I'm going with this. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Hey, the first thing that I want to talk with you about, Tom. Tom, you got a YouTube channel. You got 1,400 subscribers at the time that we're filming this video. Yep. We just filmed a video yesterday doing a ride along with you and with Matt, who I just got the opportunity to meet. Awesome guy. Did an awesome thing for you, giving you the car, giving you the $500.
Yes.
We did a ride along. Matt was along for it. And we were laughing and joking about the fact that you were ready to go quit your job right there on the spot over the fact that you had 1,300 subscribers yesterday.
Yeah, 1,300 yesterday.
How you feeling seeing your channel starting to gain some traction?
I'm actually amazed. I don't see myself. Some of the comments you guys from APS are making, just, you're not blowing my head up. I'm a very humble person. I really am. I'm not conceited, self-absorbed or anything like that, narcissistic or anything. I'm just your average kind of dude. And so when I read those comments, I'm like, I get choked up a little bit, man. Literally.
You should.
And it's crazy how fast it's happening. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, okay, am I ready for this? Am I going to be ready for this?
You better be ready for it because it's happening right now.
I know. I see that.
And I'll tell you the same thing that I've told a lot of other people who have been a part of After Prison Show, especially in relation to the drama. And I hate to bring the two of those things together like that. But, when you become a part of After Prison Show, when you start your own YouTube channel, you got a responsibility to uphold to these people who are watching you.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing having that responsibility. I think back to when I started After Prison Show and people started paying attention to me. It was life-changing. I never could have imagined that so many people would see me in such a way that they thought that I was just this awesome guy that they wanted to watch. So that was one side of this, but it was also a little nerve-wracking as well because I'm like, holy shit, what if I fuck this all up?
Right. Exactly my concern. Well, what if I fuck this up? I'm not going out of my way to do that. I'm not looking to do anything stupid to myself or.
It just gives you a little more incentive.
Yeah.
Initiative, like incentive, I guess is a better way to say, to stay the course.
Yeah, absolutely.
These people are rooting for you. These people are in your corner and they want to see the best for you. And you owe it to them. You owe it to yourself first.
Right.
But you owe it to them as well because they're taking the time out of their life to see what's going on in your life to give them the very best version of you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this camera and I'm trying to am I so blown out by this thing? And you look good in your Forgive me. I got this white t-shirt on and I think it might be clashing a little bit. But anyways, shout out to you for what you're doing on your channel. You're making videos all the time. You're gaining subscribers. And soon you're going to be monetized. You're going to hit these numbers and these milestones that you need so that you are monetized. And there's a potential. It's not a guarantee, but there's a potential that you could earn a living creating these videos for your channel.
Right. And ultimately, I would like to do that. And I would like to bring more content. I've got a friend of mine that lives in Richmond that is really, really, really chomping at a bit. He really wants to tell his story. I'm probably going to bring him soon as I can have time to breathe to do that.
There is no time to breathe, Tom. This is this is 48 hours a day here.
I see that.
You know, you gotta give it all for this. You gotta live, breathe, and die for this YouTube thing or this social media thing.
Yeah.
To stand any chance of succeeding with it. But you're doing your thing, and people are enjoying seeing you. I'm enjoying seeing these videos that you're doing, getting like 1,000 views. That is huge in the very beginning.
Right.
I'll never forget when I first started After Prison Show, I would upload these videos and check them the next morning, and I got 4 views, and I'm like, you mother. What
do I gotta do? Let me break out the clown suit.
I did actually. Not the clown suit.
It wasn't a clown
Oh my
suit.
God, that's something that we could do on this. Tom, I got a whole bin like this one right here up in the attic of this place, full of costumes and props.
Did I tell you that? I didn't tell you that comment, did I?
What?
That you and I should dress up as costume superheroes.
No, it's not gonna happen.
There was a comment.
What do I look like? I look like a.
I'm just saying.
But no, I didn't dress up as a clown. I dressed up like Walter White from Breaking Bad to make prison ice cream.
I'm just trying to say that I trust you. And I know you'll make the right call.
Who's ready to learn how to make some crystal meth? My costume fell apart. I'm kidding, folks. We're not making crystal meth. In this episode, we're going to be making prison ice cream. Ain't nobody do it like After Prison Show, man. I had the whole get up going on. Matter of fact, I did the whole Breaking Bad intro for it. It was pretty cool.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, man, you got to really push the envelope with this thing, and you're going to figure out your way with this, and I wish you nothing but success.
Thanks, man.
I'm happy to know that one of my clients at this point is finding success with this, just like Banky did. Hopefully you'll be the next one. And this guy, Jacob, I'm actually going to talk to this camera because I'm not trusting that camera right there.
Don't trust it.
It just looks blown out to me. This new guy, Jacob, who I'm getting the opportunity to introduce, at the time that we're filming this video, I'll be sharing the first installment of his story this evening. I can't wait for you to see that.
Yeah, I'm definitely tuning in.
And I can't wait for I was about to say, you better watch that. You watching the video?
You better be watching that.
I just uploaded it now.
I uploaded it. You haven't turned it on yet? I did it 30 seconds ago.
But I'm honored to get the opportunity to not only share his story, but to also try to help him with a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And just to be honest, because that's what we're doing here, it's not easy. He has a hell of a story. And when I do the interview via Skype that we've been doing, it's great. But I'm trying to get him comfortable, telling stories in front of the camera. And he's a very well-spoken dude, and, he can paint the picture. But these videos that he's been doing thus far, I'm looking at him and I'm like, it should be done a little bit better and a little bit different to make it better.
Right.
Because I want to see him succeed as well.
Sure.
I helped Banky out. I've helped you out. I'm going to help this guy Jacob out. And then after that, I'm done.
No, you're not.
You're right. I'm not done. But, I am. I'm done doing it for free. That's right, folks. We've reached the intermission in this podcast style video where Joe should go ahead and let you know that there is a new service and a new business venture on the horizon from yours truly. You see, I ain't got no problem if you want to come share your story on After Prison Show. I'll even one-up that and potentially help you create your own YouTube channel. Now, it don't even got to be prison related. It could be anything so long as I feel like you're interesting enough And you could do YouTube because not everybody's cut out for YouTube.
No.
To do a channel. You know, a perfect example of that, I hate to use this example, but Danny just wouldn't have been good to do a YouTube channel by himself. It takes a certain type of a person. You got to be thinking constantly. And, you know, he was fried from 40 years in prison, unfortunately. But back to this ad. If you want to create a YouTube channel and you want my help to try to bolster that YouTube channel and get that out there, $1,000 minimum retainer, we should call it. And it's no guarantee, there's a clause in this, no guarantee that you'll gain notoriety and success, but I will certainly consult you every step of the way. Like I said, $1,000 is the starting fee. But then once you become monetized, I get, I get a couple of points, so to speak.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you're charging somebody a VIG?
A what?
What are you, a Shylock now?
A shark?
A Shylock.
Yeah, I'm the gatekeeper. Not really, but I think that's actually a horrible analogy.
It's a bad analogy.
Like a bad word. I don't even know what it means. Yeah. Let's just say it. But seriously, all jokes aside, if you want the help of yours truly to create a YouTube channel, it's a $1,000 fee because ain't nothing in this world for free anymore. And I think back, there was another guy. You were long gone by the time that I ran into this guy, Booker. Booker was a bail bondsman. Interesting dude. This guy's got not halfway houses, but houses that he's converted into rooms for rent and crushing it. He's got like 20 houses.
Yeah. And
he even got coin-operated laundry in these houses. So not only is he getting rent, he's getting rent money from the laundry. I went and helped him, or tried to help him.
I've actually went back and saw that.
And man, when I tell you that this guy, he was gold for YouTube. He was a bounty hunter. Like going out there, I went out with them one night to go do this, trying to get somebody. But I had so much going on at that point that, I wasn't in it as much as I should have been, wanted to be. And then again, we didn't really have, $1,000, it ain't a whole hell of a lot of money. It is a hell of a lot of money, but it would be enough for me to be obligated. Yeah. Because what you're paying for, you're not paying for me being anything special because I'm not. I'm probably not even worth 10 cents, to be honest with you. You're not paying for me thinking that I'm worth anything. You're paying me to be committed. And, $1,000 is a fair enough fee because who knows where this thing could take you. There's people who make millions of dollars doing videos on the internet.
Yes.
I can't guarantee that for nobody.
Yeah.
But what I would work to try to do would be to try to see you get your money back out of the deal. And again, there's no guarantee. It's going to be all up to what you're able to do in front of the camera.
Right.
I can only lead you there.
Right.
I can't hold your hand while you're doing, the dirty work.
Yeah. Pretty much.
The hard work.
Hey, look, man.
It's a good business idea.
You pointed me in the right direction, and you see where I've gone so far.
And it just lets me know I've got value.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. How much?
So you're saying it should be more?
No less.
Get out of here. People are in the comments right now. Joe's a piece of shit. He's trying to charge. Man, shit. Let me just tell you. Okay. I ain't done prison consulting but one time. And God, I wish I could do an update with that guy and find out how my consulting services played out for him. Man, this shit ain't nothing like what you told me to do.
Right?
This ain't nothing like what you told me it's going to be.
Joe, that's something that's actually really funny, is that
we are offering consulting services as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And I'm also offering my services to counsel people unprofessionally. I want to make sure I clarify that. Unprofessionally at this time, I am offering my services.
But you are working to be licensed.
Yes, I'm working on my license right now. Yeah. That's the goal here is to get my certifications from the state and then continue forward with higher education, bachelor's in behavioral science and addiction and recovery.
Yep.
So that's the end goal here. But at this point in time, I have a lot to bring to the table. 30 years of addiction experience, Yeah, I've been down the road. I've been sober a couple times. This is probably the most serious I've ever been about it, though.
And you should be. There's a lot to be serious for at this point in your life.
Absolutely.
I mean, look at the good that's happened in the short amount of time that we've been together.
Exactly.
And I'm not sitting here trying to toot my own horn or nothing like that, but I'm actually proud of this shit. You know, I mentioned in the video where you got the car, I said I was a little bit jealous. I've changed that way of thinking. I'm not jealous. I'm proud. Because you've been a part of After Prison Show, you've branched out on your own with your own YouTube channel. This guy, Matt, who has been a fan, who's been an awesome guy all along in the background that I didn't even realize, came along, gave you the car, blessed you with the money. I mean, things are looking up for you.
Yeah, things are definitely.
And they could look up for you as well, too.
Plug it one more time, Joe. Plug it one more time.
This ain't no podcast. This is a 30-minute video on Raid Shadow Legends.
We're having an infomercial right now. The Joe experience.
You know what's
Can't
funny?
be the Joe experience. Can it?
Wait until the advertisers start reaching out to you, Tom. This is probably bad business for me even mentioning this, right?
But it's coming.
But it is coming.
Oh,
when you become successful and you become monetized and you start getting those views and you're doing 20, 30,000 views a video, these advertisers are going to start reaching out to you. Yeah. And then you need to know your worth when it comes to the advertisers,
absolutely.
Right? So wait till you got to do your first Raid Shadow Legends mobile game thing. And man, they give you a blueprint of shit that you got to read. Like you got to be.
Hold on. You think you're talking to the telemarketer king here? You know that, right?
Well, I mean, then you would be great at this.
I could I was a telemarketer. I did it for a
but you can't because when you do your first one
from a script.
When you do your first one, people are going to be, you're selling out. But what they don't realize is, it's a part of the game.
Yeah, well, it's a business.
It's a business.
At the end of the day, this is the entertainment industry. This is another form of the entertainment industry. This is no different than an actor going and creating a movie, or some of these guys like John Cojones. You think John Cojones does that show for free?
Who?
What would you do?
What?
The guy who,
that guy.
The guy who does what would
Spanish
you do?
dude.
The Spanish dude. He's not doing that for free, man.
Hispanic dude.
Yeah,
Spanish.
Latino, however you.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, we don't want to piss anybody off with that one.
I get that sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm sure.
But anyways, I'm serious about offering this as a service to try to help people who want to try to do social media. Hell, over this past weekend, I went to this local event. It's a huge local event. Me and my wife and my son went there, and they had like vendors set up out there, and I saw this girl out there who was doing like spray paint art.
Yeah, Bo. Her name's Bo.
Well, so I would tell Tom about it. I called Tom. I'm like, Tom, come to this event, talk to this girl, see if she's got a social media presence, because I know she does. She's sitting there spray painting and taking selfies the whole time, and offer the services.
Yeah.
And if we can start, doing this, who knows? Maybe it could be a good thing. Yeah. Obviously, financially, it could be a good thing if it was somewhat successful.
Sure.
But, if we're helping people start a social media presence, how crazy would it be? Think about this. I'm trying, and you're helping me try to rebuild After Prison Show from the ground up, basically.
Yeah.
All right? But how crazy would it be if we're bringing up other people at the same time, and it's because of us bringing up other people that's helping bring us up, and now we're just juggling balls here, is what it kind of looked like.
Why does it always have to be balls?
Because we've been in prison too long, Tom. It's always balls.
It's always balls.
Yeah. Oh my God,
These
that's a
nuts.
t-shirt.
It's always balls.
It's always balls. God. Look for the new merch coming soon.
We still have the other shirt to do. The
FOFA.
The jail shirt and FOFA.
Yep, jail. Just ask me, I'll lie. Other prison YouTubers are watching this video right now. They're like, keep
taking
talking.
Notes.
Keep talking, Joe. You fucking genius.
God.
Just ask me, I'll lie. Yeah. Jail. Just ask me, I'll lie. And then FOFA.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
Pretty much.
FOFA.
FOFA.
All right. Anyways, I don't want to spend any more time on this advertisement here. Where we?
I did have something I wanted to share. You mentioned Booker. Right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a guy, Perry. Have you ever heard of him?
Mm-mm.
Perry has sober living houses, very similar to the Oxford houses.
Yes. I can't remember who told me about, I think it was Jellica who told me about this guy. He's out of Virginia Beach.
Yep.
He's like some ex-military dude or something like that.
Ex-Marine.
And here's the deal when it comes to these ex-military guys getting these sober living houses. Because Booker's got 20. And they're not even sober living houses. He's just renting rooms to people who need rooms. A lot of shipyard workers, whatever the case may be. Probably drug people as well. But shout out to Booker, man. He's such a good dude. I would love to reconnect with him at some point. Yo, when you're in the military, you can get these freaking VA loans.
Yes.
And you can get multiple VA loans. So you get one VA loan, you buy your house. And they'll give it to anybody who's military at the lowest interest rate and like no money down. It's crazy how these military loans work. They get the loan, they buy the house, and then they rent out the house. Yep. And then they go get another loan, and man, they build up an arsenal of homes. But go on with this Perry guy.
So this guy, Perry, so I got the pleasure to meet him.
I heard he was like kind of a hard ass when it comes to these.
He's rough.
Yeah.
Man, there's
no nonsense.
No cut card with this guy. None. You show up at a house and you're messed up, you have 30 minutes to extricate yourself from this house immediately.
I think Jellica was actually trying to set up an interview with us with this guy at some point, but
and that's what I was going with this.
Oh, was trying to get an interview with him?
Because I've talked to him before.
Maybe it was you who was telling me about this, but
it's been a long time. I did mention him to you once before.
Well, then maybe it was you. I could have swore it was Jellica.
But maybe Jellico said something too. But I was thinking about reaching out to him as well. I don't know if you're interested in that, but that would be something.
We could see, and that's the tough thing about this. Oh shit, we got to see.
Yep.
All right, intermission. Sorry about that. Had to change out the battery on Tom's camera. And it's funny how that battery is still fully charged.
Killing it.
You were mentioning this guy Perry,
right,
and the potential of maybe doing something with him. And it brings up a good point.
Right.
With as hard as we're going with this content at this point, like we had the story has to be something. Right. It can't just be some run-of-the-mill thing.
Sure.
I think of like Booker, for example. Booker was a bounty hunter. He was so many different business ventures this guy had. He had a party bus service. He had the houses. I mean, there was just a lot that was going on with him. Mm-hmm. But, who knows? Maybe the guy Perry is an interesting story.
I think he has a business that he runs with the individuals from those houses.
And if he wants to get into social media,
this is it.
Just sign the check.
Just sign the check and we're good to go.
Sign the check. Moving on.
Yes.
Let's keep this ball rolling here. Let's talk about what we did today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did something pretty interesting today. I kicked ass as usual.
Well, we don't even have to make any... we don't have to, we can talk about what we did today because they'll see this video after that particular
That's
video.
That's what I'm saying. I still kicked ass today.
But we brought back the prison cooking again today.
Yes, we did.
Not only brought back the competition style chopped, AKA prison, after prison show Shanked between you and our special guest, who was a surprise at that point, I think. I'm kind of on the fence about how I'm going to title that, and I'm probably going to put you and Rabbit in the thumbnail because, obviously they'll want to see that.
Sure. Yeah.
But man, what an awesome video. I hope that turns out to be.
I thought it was great. It went really well. It was really fast.
We hauled ass on that because the first video that we did, we spent like 2.5 hours filming that.
Yes.
And now we know, hey, we got to hurry up and get to the point. And that's why I said 20-minute timeline.
Yep.
You got 20 minutes to make this thing happen. And y'all kicked ass, man. Rabbit was done in 11 minutes. You were done in 13 minutes. Yep. Like, we got it done.
Yeah.
Had no idea what y'all were working with. It was a bunch of exotic ingredients.
Yep.
And as of this moment right now, you've won the competition. Not sure how you're going to fare in the comments, but you probably will win in the comments as well. And Rabbit was a great sport about it.
No, yeah, he was really good about it. He tried to pay you off, but it's okay.
Look, it's been a long time since Rabbit's done a video like that. Prior to us doing it, he had some I don't want to say apprehensions, but he was definitely kind of nervous. Like, hey, man, I haven't done this in a long time. I'm just like, yo, have fun with it. That's all we're here to do is just have fun with it and wait till we do it again.
Yep.
Because now that we found a good way to do it, you know, we go into this thing. We got 3 cameras set up. We're only using one.
Right.
So we know now we just need the one camera. We can get everything that we need to get with that.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that we're mentioning that right this second because I do like the way that we did the rabbit today.
Yes.
He just bust through the door.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work because we need it in the title. We need it in the thumbnail.
Yes.
It's going to drive the engagement and get people in to see those videos.
Yes.
But let it be known that, you know, this is something that we feel really confident with. And even on your channel, Tom, do cooking videos over there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, if you want to win, do these damn cooking videos. And I'm going to tell you some stuff that I was telling this guy, Jacob, and this is going to go back to me talking about charging for this service of trying to help you with a YouTube channel, because everything that I've been doing for you and I did for Banky and I'm doing for Jacob, I've done it for free, but it's worth something and it needs to be
monetized.
Yes. So talking with this
one more time. Yeah, see, I knew you were going to do it again.
I wasn't faking it that time. Talking with this guy, Jacob, and trying to give him ideas for his own channel, I've been talking about, hey, you know, you could do cooking videos over there. Obviously, prison stories are going to be something that people want to see, and he's got 1,000 of those, just like you do. And he's talking about that he made in prison out of 300 legal pads that he bought off of commissary, making a guitar. A freaking acoustic guitar that they were able to tune and play music on. Never heard of such a thing. And he's going to be sharing about that over on his channel.
I've seen some really ingenious things done in prison. Ingenious things that I was like, how the hell did you make that?
I'm sorry, I got to get back to my ad one more time.
Okay, go ahead.
And again, that's why I'm charging for this. Because with this guy, Jacob, with Tom, with Banky, you know, I spend a lot of time on the phone, and I did a lot of time on the phone trying to talk to these guys about content that they can be creating, ideas, and a blueprint. So for $1,000, you're going to get all of that. All right, but anyways, getting back to what you were saying and about the guitar, you know, talking about ingenious things that guys have made.
There was two different
in
occasions,
prison.
2 different occasions in prison. So I was at Lunenburg, which is out in Victoria near Nottoway. Level 2 facility, dormitory style.
They all look the same.
They're all the same.
St. Bride's might be the only one that's a little bit different.
St. Bride's is new, so it's different
but
setup. But it's
you got
still
Indian Creek, Lunenburg, Coffeewood,
Dilwyn.
They all look the exact same.
It's the same blueprint.
Yeah, the same blueprint to build these prisons.
So, but there was a guy there, and I walked by his bunk one day, and I was like, "Holy crap!" What the? I turn around and look. He's got a galleon, like a real model of like a freaking boat.
Yeah.
He's making the when I walked up, he was running his rigging for the sails.
And he was making this out of what?
He made it out of rolled up paper.
Yep.
He created the planking, flattened them out, rolled them, glued them, stained them.
Stained them with coffee.
Stained them with coffee, exactly. Made the ribbing of the ship, because you could take the top of it off and look into the inside of it. He had the planks going down inside of it with steps made into it. It was insane, the amount of detail he put into this thing. He'd been working on it for like 6 months, but it was incredible.
Can you imagine what that's worth on eBay?
Oh yeah,
a couple $100, $1,000. I mean, it's really priceless. And you're building a sculpture.
Speaking of sculptures, and that's what I was going to say, there was a guy when I was at Keene Mountain. Keene Mountain is out in Southwest Virginia in Grundy.
Level 4 or 5.
At that time, it was a C custody. I was in prison before they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is back in the 80s and 90s here.
90s. So
this is back when you could get loaves of bread off a commissary, cartons of cigarettes.
This is back when you could stab somebody and not go and get
a street charge,
a big street charge. You get away with it. You get an institutional charge, and it just be like, all right, whatever. But there was a guy there. They called him Soap Man, and this guy made these incredible statues. statues of superheroes, statues of Greek gods. He did portraits, sculpted heads, get the picture from someone of their family member and sculpt their face out of soap. Incredible. I mean, and it looked like marble.
You want to know one of the craziest things that I ever saw somebody make in prison?
Oh, God. Hey, Fifi?
I love the fact that I get to
Fifi?
follow up with this. Somewhat, yes. It was the most ingenious Fifi that I ever saw.
I knew we were going to do that. I knew you were going to go there with this.
Man, I didn't even see him make this. If I can remember correctly, somebody was telling me a story of either they were doing this or somebody they knew in the hole was doing this. But you know how dudes make like the boxing gloves in prison and the punching bags out of the mat? They'll roll the mat up, tie the sheet around.
Sure.
You got a punching bag. So I had heard of a guy in the hole. Maybe it was the guy who was telling me, or maybe he was telling me about somebody else. But there was a guy in the hole who took his mattress, literally simplest form, folded this thing in half, stuffed a glove in it, tied a sheet around it, put it up between the bunk and the toilet, and was hitting that money. And I ain't talking about no boxing neither. It was a punching bag, so to speak.
Yeah.
But we ain't using our hands to hit it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was freaking ingenious.
That is
That man made a woman out of a mattress.
out of the state mattress.
And can you imagine if he would have had that little sculpture head on the top of
Oh,
it?
my God. No,
Man, you ain't never got to let me out of here.
you're talking about ingenious stuff. So I did some seg time in Greensville, and these guys in the seg unit, so you got cells on one side, cells on the other with a block wall to keep you from being able to use the old fishing method.
Okay.
These guys were so ingenious that they would get rubber bands from medical, take a paper clip and make a slingshot and shoot it through the holes on the door up over the block wall to each other.
What were they slingshotting over?
Like they would slingshot the
Kites?
Yeah, they would send kites. They'd send coffee, tobacco. Back then you could still.
So as long as you got it over the wall, then you could fish
Then
it.
you could fish it. And
Right.
then you'd fish it back over the wall to yourself. But I was just blown away. I was like, I kept hearing this plink, plink. And I'm like, what the hell are these guys doing? And so then you break out your prison mirror and slide it through the bars, through the door and look out. And you can see these things flying over the walls. It's like these guys are repelling.
One other thing, real quick. We could go on for
there's
a
a
whole
lot. There's
episode
yes,
of
absolutely.
ingenious stuff that we've seen, heard of, know of, being built and engineered in prison. Another engineering feat that I heard of, and I think it was actually Yanni who told me about this. A guy was in the hole and fashioned, engineered chess pieces out of his own
Out of poo. Out of poo.
out of his own fecal matter.
Yeah, out of poo. Yeah.
Can you imagine like you're playing chess with a guy in the hole because you got to play from cell to cell.
Yeah.
You're sitting at the corner of your cell, you're moving your rook, and then you smell your fingers. And you're like, where'd you get these chess pieces? Oh, I made them. We in the hole. What you make them out of? Cause this ain't no soap.
That's not soap, is it?
He
Why are
was-
they brown? What does it smell?
Why ain't there no white pieces?
Yeah, why are there white pieces? Why do these have little yellow dots in it?
Is that corn?
Is that corn?
Oh, Jesus.
Woo!
All right. Hey, good enough. Let's call it an episode.
We'll call it an episode.
We should have led with this because this was our idea, one of a few ideas. But there was a couple other things that I wanted to mention.
Yes, and they were important.
Yeah, especially that $1,000
That
minimum.
$1,000 is really important.
Joe hurting right now, boy. Joe begging.
Joe begging.
Look, Tom, it's always a pleasure to do this with you.
Yes.
I want to be able to incorporate another person in here with us. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that unless I move these jail bars that are right there.
You just need to buy that shed I showed you.
I ain't going to buy nothing. We're going to build
It
it.
looks like a house.
We're going to build it.
We're gonna put an extension on this. How about that? Let's add a.
That's what I want to do is put an
let's
extension.
We'll add to the. Yeah, we'll put a dormer in, and I'm just kidding. Put a dormer in, make it upstairs.
I mean, shit.
Just kidding.
I wanted to make this a little tiny house, but I'm glad I didn't because I need this to be able to film.
Yes.
You got to have a location to be able to film at.
Yeah, definitely.
Tom, pleasure. Thanks so much for joining me on this.
Always.
You guys make sure you check out Tom's YouTube channel. It's called Living a Straight Life Trapped Inside of a Homosexual. What's your YouTube channel?
Not that. It's called Real Life with Tom Ferry.
That's right. It's linked down below. You guys go check it out if you haven't done so. Always a pleasure, man.
Yes.
And we will do this again real soon. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting us know exactly what you thought about this. And as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day.
Every day.
Peace.
Peace.